What do Princess Tiana and Baymax have in common? They both have brand new restaurants in Disneyland. Let's eat. Starting our character culinary adventure here in Disney California Adventure, where at time of filming just last week they opened up officially Fransokyo Square here, replacing Pacific Wharf. This is kind of located in the middle of the park, and it previously was themed to San Francisco, but they went under a massive refurbishment to retheme it to San Fransokyo, which is the futuristic city that combines both San Francisco and Tokyo as seen in the movie Big Hero 6. There's tons of Easter eggs, they've revamped a couple of the eateries, they've added new menu items, so let's get exploring. Plus, Baymax is here, and I want to hug him really bad. Before we cross the amazing Golden Gate Bridge Tokyo style, want to point out a couple Easter eggs right here on the signage. For starters, the San Fransokyo Canning Company, established 1928. That's the year that Mickey and Minnie debuted, so big important year for the Disney company. Right here you've got a sign for the San Fransokyo Institute of Technology. That is the, quote, nerd school that's featured in the film Big Hero 6, the one Hiro doesn't want to go to, but his brother Tadashi kind of pushes him towards. Also, this is pretty funny, San Fransokyo is the proud home of the Golden State Samurai, instead of the Golden State Warriors, the actual basketball team. That makes me laugh. And then you'll also notice this logo, that is the sports team that Tadashi, Hiro's brother, wears in his iconic hat. And then up here you've got a Wharfside travel agency, but you've got the little icon of Baymax right there. Just spotted another cute detail. If you look at the side of this building right here, you're gonna see that little cat waving. That's Mochi, Aunt Cass's cat from the movie. So this building right here is Aunt Cass's Cafe, and it's actually our first stop on our eating journey. How awesome does this bridge look? They absolutely transformed what used to be the Golden Gate Bridge into this one from Big Hero 6, and it looks so good. But the question is, does it still rattle like it's had an earthquake hit it? That was one of my favorite Easter eggs, is that this bridge would rattle very subtly occasionally to represent all of the earthquakes that San Francisco deals with, and I wonder if they kept that effect in. It's kind of hard to tell when there's a lot of people like walking on it, but I'm gonna come stand right here for a second, see if I feel it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I feel like you can feel it best right in this spot. So I'm under the second arch, and I'm on the right-hand side of the bridge if you are looking out of San Fransokyo Square. I'm next to the water right by Aunt Cass's Cafe, and this is where you can feel it shake. I'm glad they didn't lose this detail. Look at all the cute detail in here. Like, look at the flags that have Baymax's face in them. Now, it's pretty busy in here, which isn't surprising. For starters, it's new. Second, this has always been one of the busiest places to come during peak mealtime, which it is right now, because there are multiple different eateries that have different styles of food. So if you've got people that all want different things, this is a great place to come. So highly recommend mobile ordering, which is what I did. And the first place we're going to is Aunt Cass Cafe. Aunt Cass actually has a cafe in Big Hero 6 in the movie. Aunt Cass is Hiro and Tadashi's aunt, who takes them in when their parents die when Hiro is 3. And then his brother dies. Hiro has a sad life. And this used to be the Pacific Wharf Cafe, where you could get soup and bread bowls, which you can still get. They've got a clam chowder, but it's got some Asian-inspired flavors into it now. And then they also have some brand new dishes, including a curry beef bowl inside the bread there. They've got a soba noodle salad. They've got a shrimp katsu sandwich. They've got a Japanese-style fluffy cheesecake. And then they also have some new drinks, including the cutest sipper I ever did see. Waiting for my mobile order. How cute are these signs? It's all of the characters, the Big Hero 6 action team, and their reviews of Aunt Cass's food. So, best food on the go-go from Go-Go. On a scale of 1 to 10, I love this place, Fred. But my favorite is Baymax. I do not have a mouth. What's awesome about the bread here is it's baked fresh daily. This is sourdough bread from the Boudin Sourdough Factory. And yes, you can still visit the bread tour. Alan will be very excited.
Not just any bread, sourdough bread.
I'm very excited about that.
Romans love bread. That's the mother dough from 1849. Bread is amazing.
Picked up my eats from Aunt Cass's Cafe, starting with the shrimp katsu sandwich. So it's a panko breaded shrimp patty on a potato bun with cabbage slaw and spicy mayonnaise and katsu sauce, and served with garlic chips. And then you know me, I also had to pick up the new coffee. And not just for the cup, but I probably would have ordered something just to get this cup. Luckily for me, the new cold brew. Comes with it. This is the specialty caramel cream cold brew. It's Joffrey's caramel cream mudslide cold brew, topped with house-made sea salt caramel whipped cream. And what I'm hoping is that a lot of times these specialty cold brews they do out here at Disneyland, they're too sweet because there's syrup and stuff in it. But it sounds like the coffee's flavored, and then just the whipped cream is what might add some sweetness. So I'm hoping it's not too sweet like some of the other ones. And excited to dig into this sandwich. First up, sandwich. Not 100% sure I've ever had a shrimp patty, but today's the day. Right off the bat, the flavor's awesome. With anything seafoody, you're always worried it's gonna be like too salty and taste too much like the ocean, and it doesn't really. There's definitely a flavor of shrimp in it, but it's actually very good. The shrimp is moist and tender. I like the panko breading on it. It's not super duper heavy. Adds a nice crunch, as does the slaw, and I like the little bit of kick from the spicy mayonnaise. My only thing is there's too much bread. You've got a thick bun, you've got the breading on the shrimp, and I need more of the slaw and more of the spicy mayonnaise to cut through all that breading, so I think I'm actually gonna eat it like this. And I should have asked for more spicy mayonnaise, so learn from my rookie mistake. I don't know that I would pick this over other items in San Fransokyo or in the park in general. Like the birria tacos from Cocina Cucamonga are amazing. The shawarma over at Adventures Campus is one of my favorite things. But it's good, it's a little bit different, it's got some heat to it, so no complaints. If you like a shrimp sandwich, a shrimp katsu sandwich, I would give it a whirl. But let's try the chips now. They're light, they're garlicky, they're delicious. These are great. These comes with a lot of the items though, both at Aunt Cass and Lucky Fortune Cookery. Next up, the Baymax coffee. Yeah, that's fantastic. The coffee itself is not super sweet. It's got caramel notes in it. You can definitely taste that that's brewed into the coffee. And then a little bit of sweetness is coming in from the foam or the whipped cream as it melts in, but it's not super sugary sweet. It's not like the other ones where they add the syrup in it. This is delicious. We'll definitely drink this again, and especially because it comes in the cutest cup ever. Spacing out our feeding, so we're headed into the San Fransokyo, I'll be able to say that at one point during this video, Maker's Market. So this is a cute little Baymax themed shop, and it has the theming of the bot fights that are what kick off Big Hero 6. And what I love in these signs right here are the bots that have been destroyed, including Little Yama, which is the opening scene of Big Hero 6, because Hero's Megabot takes him down. It'd be really cool if, kind of like how you can build a droid in Galaxy's Edge, you could build your own bot, but for now, it just seems like it's a lot of fun, super cute Baymax merch, so let's take a look at some of the best stuff. All right, oh my God. Baymax is like the cutest character. I was watching Big Hero 6 while I was getting ready to come over here. It's just adorable. So obviously we have all kinds of Baymax plushes, including one of the Munchlings where he's a marshmallow, which fits because he is just a giant marshmallow. You've got all kinds of tech accessories like phone cases, Apple Watches, iPod, AirPod cases, not iPods. Do iPods even exist anymore? I'm gonna say no. Wait, do I need a Baymax succulent? A fake succulent? That is adorable, $24.99. Oh my gosh, how cute is that? That's the cutest thing I've seen. But they've also got mugs, hat, shirt, art, pins, also a variety of Baymax magnets, ornaments, more ornaments, signs, and a park pals to clip onto your bag or whatever. But enough merchandise. Let's talk about what we all really want to know, the Easter eggs. For starters, all those robots that I pointed out, the signs, they're actually in here. If you look on top of the different shelves, you see all of the different bots that Hero's bot destroys, including the most famous one, I guess, Little Yama right here. And if you're wondering where Hero's bot is, he's up here. I wonder if the back has the sad face or the angry face. It does not, but I guess that makes sense because it would have to spin. I know how robots work, it's fine. On top of the worm bot, you've got a mask from Yokai, who's the villain, Professor Callahan in disguise. And a sweet cast member just pointed out the cutest one of all. There's a hidden Baymax up here. If you look at these lights, the second one from the right, look in the middle between the two light bulbs right there, and you see a little Baymax face pointed up there. That same cast member gave me this Baymax sticker, so needless to say, I'm having a great time. Time for another feeding, so I'm headed to get a snack at Cocina Cucamonga, which is a Mexican quick service restaurant. This one existed prior to San Fransokyo being here, but they did add a really fun menu item I'm excited to try. They've also added some theming you'll see around, like the DJ Music Dude karaoke sign, which is very keeping with Tokyo culture. Karaoke is a very big thing there. And this is home to one of the most popular dishes in Disney California Adventure, the birria tacos. They are still on the menu. They are fantastic, but I'm trying one of the new things. While waiting to pick up my mobile order, I was chatting with a couple of cast members. They were custodial cast members, and they had on different hats. One of them was the one that Tadashi wears, and one of them was the university hat. And they said that they had multiple different hats to choose from for their costumes to kind of immerse themselves in the guests in the area. I asked if you could buy them because I really like the one Tadashi wears, but they said not currently. But I think that's cute that the cast members are also like wearing details and Easter eggs. Picked up my treat from Cocina Cucamonga. It is the San Fransokyo style street corn. It's got togarashi mayonnaise, queso fresco, furikake, and bonito flakes, and it's served with wheat chicharrones and a fresh lime. Ooh, I'm excited about this. Look at all this seasoning. Look at all that mayonnaise. Very excited about this. I hope it's actually spicy. Togarashi, which is what the mayonnaise is made out of, is a Japanese chili spice, so I'm excited for that. Bonito flakes, though, are fish, so I'm hoping it's not too fishy tasting. Okay, this is phenomenal. It's gonna be hard to top this food-wise for me in this land because I love street corn, and it somehow tastes both distinctly like elote, which is traditional like Mexican street corn, but also it's got those distinct Japanese flavors, and that's because of the spices they used. The togarashi mayonnaise definitely has some heat to it. It's kind of on the back end. At first I didn't really taste it, but the more I ate, the more a little bit of spice I got, which I love. And then you've also got the furikake, which is a Japanese spice. It's made of sesame seeds and nori and a few other things, so that's got kind of a salty flavor. And then the bonito flakes, which again are fish, it doesn't taste like that, so don't let that scare you away from trying this. This is fantastic. It's salty, it's naturally sweet because of the corn. It's got the queso fresco on there, and then my favorite part, the spicy mayonnaise, and then you put the fresh lime on there. This is a perfect snack I will absolutely be eating again. The chicharrones are fine. They've got a little bit of the spice on them, so they're flavored well, but they're not why you're getting this dish. I could take or leave these. The corn's where it's at, but she's messy, so get extra napkins. Now I'm gonna wait in the longest line for a character that I can remember in recent history because Baymax is of course a meet and greet here. It's either Baymax, Hero, or them together. You don't know which one it's gonna be, but I was told that it's about a 45, 50-minute line right now, and if I'm gonna wait in a 50-minute line to meet a character, I'm gonna need a drink. This is the Port of San Fransokyo Cerveceria. Now this is a new space that was made for the land. It serves Karl Strauss beer, which used to be at a beer truck over by where the meet and greet is now, but they moved it over here. They've still got mobile order. They've got a bunch of different beers. Karl Strauss is a brewery out of San Diego, so they've got a bunch of good stuff, but they added two things when the land opened up. One of them is the Endless Summer Hard Seltzer, which has got mandarin orange and dragon fruit in a seltzer. The other one is the Moment of Zen, which is a Japanese rice lager beer. I'm actually gonna mix it up and try the seltzer today. I actually really like seltzers. Sometimes they're too sweet, but if they're just right, they're perfect on a hot day. Curious about the mandarin orange and dragon fruit, so I'm gonna pick that up and then head over to the line with Baymax. Oh my God, it's Baymax and Hero! They're so cute. Bye, Baymax. I think he's going to recharge. Here's the very long line for Baymax and or Hero. Again, you don't know who you're gonna meet. All right, let's give this seltzer a whirl. Cheers. Ooh, that is delicious. It's not super sweet, mostly tastes like orange. I don't taste dragon fruit. Very refreshing on this warm day. If you're looking for something lighter than beer, but you don't want something super sweet, a lot of the other cocktails they've brought out for this land seem like they're gonna be very, very sweet. There's a lot of like melon flavors and fruit flavors. You're still getting that vibe, but you're getting the little bubble from the seltzer too. That's delicious. I would drink this again, absolutely. And now we wait. Almost at the front, Baymax had to go in to change his batteries. It was Baymax and Hero, so I have no idea who's gonna come back out. I hope at least Baymax. If not, both of them come back out. But a couple of cool Easter eggs to look for in the meet and greet area while I'm waiting. For starters, Go-Go's bike is hanging up there. When Hero first goes with Tadashi to the Institute, he sees kind of what every one of his friends are working on, and the Bike is Go-Go's project. Second of all, he meets Wasabi, who's very particular about where all his tools go, and he's doing some stuff with laser beams. So on the right side of the meet and greet area, you'll see Caution Laser area, and then you'll see his tools, which all are outlined as to where they go. And number 3, listen very closely when you get over by those recycling bins. They're all locked, and it sounds like something's rattling around inside of them. That's because that's where Hero's microbots are hiding. Hi, Baymax!
It is good to see you.
It's nice to see you, too!
Thank you very much.
You're very
It
cue.
is healthy to take breaks from your daily routine.
Oh,
Even a few minutes can help you feel refreshed.
okay, good idea.
Follow along.
Right over here for
Happy thoughts
Baymax's
encourage
camera
happy
for
thinking.
me. Beautiful.
Image capture complete. Yes.
Baymax's line did take about 50 minutes, which is normally much longer than I would wait for a character, but it's Baymax video day, and that's Baymax, so I had to do it. Also, we got some really cute pictures together, and I think I look particularly nice in this one. For real though, Baymax is a very cool meet and greet. He talks to you, he interacts with you. And just so you're aware, the cast members can't really tell you if you're gonna meet Baymax, Hero, or both. It all just depends on the timing of the line, depends on how long other people take. So you can ask them and they can maybe sort of guess, but they're not gonna give you a straight answer. So please be courteous and respect that. Also wanted to point out another Easter egg. If you look on the top of the buildings here, you're gonna see these fish. Those are wind turbines that are helping power San Fransokyo. They're particularly powering Rita's Turbine Blenders, which is the re-theme for Rita's Margaritas. I will be skipping this one in favor of trying a different alcoholic beverage. These are the same flavors and margaritas they had before. However, the main difference is in a few of them they've added a Pocky, which is a Japanese candy with different flavors on basically like a candy breadstick, biscuit stick. So on a few of them they've added that as a garnish. And then on the Turbine Twirler, which is the non-alcoholic version, a couple of them have peach gummy rings, and some of them you can get in the Baymax cups. So mostly the same things, but some little accoutrement upgrades, but these are very, very sweet frozen drinks, which is not my style, so I'm gonna try something else. Waiting for my next food order to be ready. Want to point out a few more cute details. For starters, how cute are these lanterns with the Baymax faces? I can't wait to see them at night. I think they're gonna be so cute. I also love all of the San Fransokyo Hearts the Big Hero 6 signs, because of course they do save the city. Also on the back side of this kind of over walkway here, there's a hidden Mickey. Look in the window above the San Fransokyo Square sign on the left, and you'll see that someone in the fog of the window has drawn a Mickey. And never fear, my ice cream loving friends, Ghirardelli is still here in all of its glory. Delicious sundaes and ice cream await you. It just has a little facelift to match the theming, but it is still here. It's still the same. And in very important carb-related news, this little kiosk right here is one of the places you can buy the Baymax sourdough bread. So they've got the Boudin sourdough loaves the same way they make Mickey's. They're now making Baymax's. They also had them in Aunt Cass's, but this may have a shorter line. Cutest thing I've ever seen. Only reason I'm not buying one is because I'm by myself and I don't know that I should eat a whole loaf of bread. I probably could, but I gotta save room for some of these other treats, let's be honest. Just the detail everywhere in this land is adorable. Look at this little street crossing sign. It's Baymax helping someone cross the street. Another cute Easter egg here on this wall across from the Baymax bread stand. It says overnight deliveries by appointment only, contact Dawn and Roy. I have to assume that's a nod to Roy O. Disney and Don Eschen. Roy O. Disney, Walt Disney's brother, and Don Eschen, one of his, they called it the Roy's Boys, and it was kind of Roy's team that helped him when Walt Disney passed away very early in 1966. His team helped him recover the company and figure out what to do next, and Don Eschen was instrumental in that, so I have to assume that's who they're talking about here. Oh my goodness, how cute is this Baymax height chart right by Child Services? This is where baby care and lost children are. Oh, so cute. This land is so adorable. I'm right here. 5'7", that's how tall I do think I am. Hold on. But with ears. The ears on 5'10", so yeah. Also, these ears are by the Good Ears. It's a small shop that I love. Aren't they cute? Also, want to highlight that the mobile order is taking a little longer than normal in this land. I'm assuming that's just because it's brand new and super duper popular. So just so you know, when you click I'm here, prepare my order, you may wait 15 minutes or so. I've waited about that long, both at Lucky Fortune Cookery, which is where we're headed next, and Cocina Cucamonga. Just put those patient pants on, friends. It's brand new land. The last stop on our San Fransokyo eating tour is the Lucky Fortune Cookery. This is another location that was open prior to the retheme, and they've kept some of their fan favorite dishes like the beef bulgogi burrito and the pork wonton nachos. I've had both of those. Both are fantastic. But they've added some new dishes as well, including udon noodle dishes, a chicken sandwich, and what a lot of people are saying is the best food in San Fransokyo, some beef birria ramen, which is what we're picking up right now. Picked up my final Baymax Eats. This is the beef birria ramen. It is got beef consomme served with house-made birria, soft-boiled egg, Monterey Jack, cilantro, roasted corn, onions, and radish. This sounds like a Mexican-Japanese fusion. I'm very excited about it. Also, how could I not pick up the cutest dessert I've probably ever seen, the Baymax macaron, which has got chocolate hazelnut spread and buttercream. And lastly, this drink may end up being a horrible mistake, but I'm gonna give it a whirl. It's the strawberry lychee cocktail. So it's got vodka, lychee liqueur, premium strawberry syrup, that's what's worrying me, fresh lemon juice, and it's topped with a strawberry. I'm hoping it's not too sickly sweet because that syrup, I'm hoping the fresh lemon juice balances it, but let's give this all a whirl. For starters, I always think it's nice when people hand me chopsticks, like they look at me and think, she can eat soup with chopsticks. We're gonna try, but I did get a fork and spoon as backup. The corn and the little crispies on top. Trying to get all my nudes. This is going well. Things are going well. Close enough. I was about to say this is missing an egg because I love a gooey egg inside ramen, and then I found it buried. Okay, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a ramen connoisseur, but this is good. I'm gonna meet. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is dethroned to the corn. It's so good, and it's huge. For a single serving, there are so many noodles. You've got the rich beef broth and then the pieces of beef throughout, which are a little bit salty, but they're balanced really nicely with the corn and the radishes and the little crispies on top. Love, love, love the egg. I wish there was more than one egg in here. I do get a strong cilantro flavor, so if you're not a cilantro fan, you're probably gonna wanna pass on this one, but this is fantastic. It doesn't taste super Tex-Mexy like I was kind of imagining in my brain. It definitely reminds me of birria though, with the onion and the cilantro. This is fantastic. Now, it's a hot soup, and if you're here on a hot day, this may not be what you want, but in the later months, this is A+. Now let's try this cocktail. Cheers. It's definitely sweet, but it doesn't taste super artificial strawberry flavor like I expected. The lychee flavor is pretty strong. Lychee is it's the fruit from a tree that's prevalent in Southeast Asia. I don't hate it. Like for a pre-made Disney cocktail, it's not bad. It's not my favorite though, and I probably wouldn't choose this over the seltzer or a beer over at the cerveceria. But I'm glad I tried it, and I definitely think if you don't like sweet things and your friends are all going to Rito's Turbine over there, you're gonna wanna get this, because it's not as sweet, it's refreshing. I just don't think I need to drink it again. Thank you for watching this episode of White Woman Tries to Use Chopsticks. And last, but certainly not least, the baby Baymax macaron. That is delicious. Definitely a sweet treat, but Disneyland is famous for their macarons. And while this one is definitely on the sweeter side, it's certainly sweeter than like if you get the raspberry or the fruit ones over at Jolly Holiday. It's delicious. The cookie is crumbling, like it's perfectly made. I'm not really tasting chocolate hazelnut. Maybe I gotta get in there more. Oh, I found it. I did. Oh gosh, sorry Baymax. Murder Baymax to get there. The chocolate hazelnut is kind of curbing the sugary sweetness of the marshmallow. And it's got nuts in there. This is a delightful treat. 5 stars. Coming back in with the disclaimer, the more I eat of Baymax, the sweeter it's getting. So I would eat him again, but I would share him because it's a little much for just me. But it's, again, very cute and very tasty. It's just definitely sugary sweet. Well, that is a wrap on the first half of this video. I loved checking out everything in Fransokyo Square. Obviously, the Baymax meet and greet is a highlight. The food is great. My favorites were definitely the ramen and the corn. I also really enjoyed that seltzer. The whole theming is fantastic. There's so many Easter eggs and little details. So if you're a fan of Big Hero 6, you definitely need to come check this out. But for now, I'm gonna leave you. And tomorrow, well, in just a few minutes in Video World, we're headed down the bayou. See you then. Good morning from the beautiful New Orleans Square where Tiana's Palace is already popping. There's a huge line around the restaurant. It's not even open yet, but before we do, I need to warm up my stomach a little bit. It's like stretching with a New Orleans Square must-have. That's right, friends. The Mint Julep Bar has officially reopened. While they were transforming this area from the French Market into Tiana's Palace, the Mint Julep Bar was also closed. Never fear, you could have always gotten beignets over at the Royal Street Veranda. However, it has officially reopened, so therefore I am required to get a beignet and a mint julep. Picked up my mint julep and beignets, but the beignets aren't ready yet. Oh, look at that powdered sugar like literally coming out of the bag. Beignets right there. Cheers. They're just so good. And I know that they were the same coming out of Royal Street Veranda, but I gotta say, it tastes a little better coming from the Mint Julep Bar. They're just so flaky and warm and powdered sugary and perfect. And I know they do flavored ones, and we're gonna try flavored ones at Tiana's, but the classic, you can't beat it. And you gotta pair it with a mint julep. It's minty, it's lemony, it's refreshing. Honestly, the perfect snack in Disneyland. I'm in a good place. Tiana's Palace, not Tiana's Place, which is what she wants to call it in the movie, but she marries into royalty, so then it becomes her palace, is a new quick service restaurant here in New Orleans Square, and it features New Orleans favorites. So think gumbo, think shrimp and grits. They've got specialty beignets in here, some really cute collectibles. Super excited to get in here because I hear that the detail is amazing. Let's start with this detail in the window I just saw that is making me laugh though. Here in the window, you can see all the different flavors of New Orleans. You've got some king cakes, you get some beignets, and then over here, if you know anything about king cakes, you know they hide a baby in there. There's just like a jar of babies, which I find very funny. Also, a tub of powdered sugar. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful in here. Look at all the light fixtures, the lily pads everywhere. I don't know where to look. The Firefly Fly plus Lou! Look at these sweet letters to Tiana. This one's gonna make me cry. Tiana, I don't know if you remember, but I lived next door to you when you were a little girl, and I have so many memories of you and your daddy cooking. Oh, and then here is Dad. Oh my gosh. So the menu is definitely New Orleans inspired. You're gonna see classics like gumbo and po' boys and mufaladas and shrimp and grits. You've got chicory coffee. And here on the wall, you have her menus, which is the cutest thing. She's got her little recipe cards. Oh, I'm just adorable. Here you've got the beignet station. So the house beignets are actually filled beignets, and you can see the cast members making them right here. Oh, just everything in here is so pretty. Now, normally, you know I'm a big proponent of mobile order, but I have to tell y'all, friends, you are gonna wanna wait in the line because mobile order pickup window is actually outside the restaurant, and you don't get to come in here and you don't get to see the beautiful terrace or sit out with the beautiful terrace and the band that's playing, especially not when it's brand new and first open. So you're gonna wanna wait in the line. Look up on the shelf and you've got the gumbo pot that Tiana's mother gives her when she buys the mill house in the movie. The bow on it, it's Daddy's gumbo pot.
Here's a little something to help you get started.
Daddy's gumbo pot.
I just love it so much. I watched this movie while I was getting ready today to get in the spirit of things, and it's just such a great movie, right? The last hand-drawn animated film. Oh my gosh, and there's a little banjo up there. Here it is. This is most of Tiana's Palace's menu. Lots and lots of goodies to try. Here we've got the beef po' boy. We've got, of course, one of the house-made beignets that's got a lemon icebox filling and a lemon glaze, some cornbread. We've got her gumbo. the chicory iced coffee with the cute little ray light up there. You can change the colors, and but obviously I had to make them green. This is the muffaletta sandwich, the half a chicken with macaroni and cheese, baked macaroni and cheese and coleslaw, and the shrimp and grits. Now, I am here with a special guest. This is my friend Taryn. You can follow her at Benchlandia. She also runs the social media for Undercover Tourists, so I'm not eating all of this alone, but I'm ready to feast. Also, probably the coolest part of the restaurant so far, besides all the amazing detail, is that Tiana herself is here. She's welcoming guests into her restaurant. She's working the line. We saw her this morning. She's in a beautiful new outfit. Also, the band's gonna come out and play. It's adorable in here.
Y'all ready to eat some good food?
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness, I love the ears.
Oh, thank you, Princess Tiana. You look beautiful. You have a new outfit on, even your little shoes. Gorgeous.
So much. Commented on it yet? You seen the
I see that. He did a good job of it. He made that out of a lily pad? Yeah. Wow. You got a little Mama Odie magic on that one, I think. All right, we're starting with the gumbo. A signature, obviously. We got chicken, we got rice, we got sausage. We get a bite of everything. Ooh! That is the bee's knees, y'all. That's delicious. And it's actually spicy. I think Daddy would approve. Woo! That has heat and I am loving it. I did not expect the sausage to have that much of a kick, but they're keeping it true to New Orleans flavor. Now, I've never been to New Orleans. I know there's gonna be New Orleans locals who come in here and tell me this is not good gumbo, but I gotta say, it's rich, it's flavorful, spicy. That's excellent. It's got a ton of peppers. The chicken's really moist. I honestly didn't think this would be a top dish for me, but we got stiff competition starting off. I'm gonna shift right over here to the beef po' boy. Now, I've never had a beef po' boy. I've had a shrimp po' boy. I've had a chicken po' boy. We got like a brisket situation going on. It's on a nice French roll here. We've got lettuce, tomato, looks like a little bit of mayo. I don't know how to tackle this. I'm just gonna. Okay, the brisket, not my favorite. The brisket itself is really good. It's really moist, it's really flavorful. You've got that nice smoky flavor. It's just too much bread, in my opinion. I only bit half of it, and I still got a lot of bread. So I would probably skip this one. The two sandwiches come with a side of red beans and rice, which to my surprise also had some of the sausage in it. Let me give that a whirl. That's quite good as well. It's not as spicy as the gumbo, but it's got similar flavor profile. Still got all the yummy rice, you've got the peppers and the onions, a little bit of that sausage, but again, it's not as hot. Now I'm trying the muffaletta. That is where it's at. This is a traditional New Orleans sandwich. The thing that makes a muffaletta is this olive tapenade, which is a little bit salty, a little bit briny, but then you've got some delicious, tasty ham and cheese and this nice bread, and the bread's not as thick as the bread from the po' boy, so it's perfect. It's got some toasted sesames on top. That is a fantastic sandwich. Yum. Not as heavy as some of the other stuff either. Comes with that same red beans and rice, but it also, both of them actually, also come with some of Tiana's house-made pickles, which in one of those sweet letters to her, somebody mentions the pickles being a highlight, so. Ooh, ooh. They sure are. A little bit sweet, a little bit tangy. They remind me of my aunt's house-made pickles, yum. Now the one I'm most excited about, the shrimp and grits. I love shrimp and grits. It's got a 4 or 5 big juicy shrimp on top, some smaller shrimps as well. And then it's got your cheesy grits, peppers, like get all of it. Tiana, these grits are so good. I could eat a bowl of just these cheesy, creamy, gooey grits. These are some of the creamiest grits I've ever had. Grits, they're basically ground cornmeal, similar to like a polenta. Sometimes they're not creamy enough, but this has a ton of cheese, a ton of butter, a ton of cream in it, a little bit of spice in that sauce from the peppers. Shrimp are seasoned really well. What I'm loving too is all these dishes are very well sized. Definitely some shareables. We're gonna try the chicken now. This is heavy. It's like a workout to pick up this chicken. Like multiple people could split this. Here's the chicken. Now I expected to tell Now that you can skip the chicken because it's not as exciting as some of these other dishes. And while that's still true, that's an incredibly well done chicken. The seasoning on the outside has a little bit of spice. It's a little bit of Cajun seasoning. The chicken is moist and delicious. This is definitely the least adventurous option, I would say, but it's very tasty. But let's be real, the reason I got this, macaroni and cheese, which is a kid's menu option. I could have just gotten that, but macaroni and cheese isn't bad. It's not amazing. I think everything else is a lot better. It's a good solid brick of macaroni and cheese. None of the flavors are super mild. When I get a macaroni and cheese, I want there to be some kind of like smoked Gouda or something kind of zesty and fun as far as the cheeses go. But I think as far as the entrees go, it's a close race at the top between the shrimp and grits, the muffalata, and the gumbo, and then the chicken, and then the brisket would be my last choice as far as the entrees go. Let's try some cornbread. Now, of course, I need to get butter, but I want to try it just on its own first. I love that it's served in this little, like, individual serving. Slightly sweet. It's a little crumbly. It's not bad cornbread. I don't know that I need to get it again. I'd probably skip this in favor of some of the other dishes on the table. Saving the best two for last. For starters, the coffee. I need to stir it. I didn't get a straw, but this is a clean knife, so we're just going with it. It's opening day at a restaurant. It's chaos. But this is chicory coffee. Chicory is a type of root that is used to make coffee. It's a New Orleans thing. It doesn't have caffeine, though, which feels pointless. But let's try it. This is a Joffrey's blend, so it's going to have coffee and the chicory root. They also added some sweet cream on top. Chicory root is definitely darker than regular coffee, so the sweet cream kind of balances a little bit. This is good. I would drink it again if I was coming to the restaurant, but I don't need to go out of my way for it. It's not as exciting as some of the other cold brews around here. And again, less caffeine. Why? And last, but certainly not least, Tiana's signature beignet. Now you can just pick up your beignet, or you can get it on this cute little ceramic set, and you can just purchase the set without unboxing it, but they have this very sweet lily pad set. But again, this is a house-made beignet filled with lemon icebox filling and topped with a lemon glaze. Okay, Tiana, that is tasty. As a lover of lemon, that is delightful. I love the filling. It's tart, it's sweet. You've got the beignet, and you've got the little glaze on top, which is also bringing some sweetness. The glaze does bring it more to donut status, which you know how I feel about that. And I don't know if I would choose this over a regular beignet. In fact, I don't think I would. That said, if you're coming into Tiana's, it's a very delicious dessert, and I'm not mad I'm eating this. I would absolutely eat this again. But if you choose between the two, go for the classics. You definitely have to like lemon to like this.
Oh, y'all look so wonderful. This is so beautiful.
Isn't it so cute?
Yes, thank you so much.
Your food looks amazing.
Thank you so much.
Food fun fact time. Ran into one of the Disney media folks who is in charge of food, and he shared some awesome information about some of this stuff. So for starters, the chicken, the reason it's so good is that they actually include some of the chicory into the rub. So it's in the coffee, it's also in the rub for the chicken, which is what gives it such good flavor. Also, he said that the chefs went to New Orleans because they wanted to make sure it was as authentic as possible, to the point where they are literally importing the shrimp from the Gulf because they want the most New Orleans flavor you can get. He also said you really are supposed to eat dessert first, the way that it's listed on the menu, because that way the beignet with the filling is the right temperature. They want the beignet to be room temperature and then the filling to be cool, so you don't want it to warm up. You're supposed to eat it first. So listen to Tiana, I did not, and I regret it. Back in with a few more details for you. For starters, you've got the black and white kitchen floor, which I actually had growing up, but apparently in the 1920s in New Orleans, this was a very popular design choice. So nowadays, if you go to New Orleans, they say if you walk into a restaurant and it doesn't have a black and white floor, it may not be the best spot because it's not been around for a long time. So as an homage to the era, they made the floor black and white in here. A cast member also told me that they took the light fixtures straight out of the movie. Like the Imagineers looked at the animation and they made them come to life. Also, you've got Tiana's coat right here with her hat, as well as Lottie's little fur scarf and her red hat, and Naveen's hat. Big Daddy's as well. And then up top, we've got Naveen's ukulele case. Now you might be thinking that an important jacket and hat are missing from the racks here. Eudora, Tiana's mom, but let's go find it. Just around the corner from Tiana is here, tucked away in New Orleans Square, you've got Eudora's Chic Boutique. So this opened up about a year ago as part of the overhaul and transformation of New Orleans Square, but this is Tiana's mother's shop, and there's some cute Easter eggs in here, including there's Eudora's hat and jacket, because of course hers is at her shop, not Tiana's restaurant. And up here you'll see it says Eudora's sewing room. And if you listen closely, you can hear Eudora and Tiana chatting. Also, look at the little frog on the door. This is the knocker.
Just thinking about you, baby Kate, and all you've done. It's like a fairy tale, isn't it? It is. But you're the one who made it come true. We made it come true together.
Why am I crying over a recording? Another cute detail in here, up on this shelf, you've got Tiana's restaurant fund, which she put in a coffee tin. And then just around the shop, you're gonna see some of Eudora's designs. Like these are her designs right here for Mardi Gras parades and her masks. Kind of just all her feathers and her bits and her baubles that she uses to sew. Oh, the detail, unbelievable. This chair is really cool also. It's the Yaya storytelling chair. Yaya stands for Young Aspirations, Young Artists. It's an organization that was funded to empower and strengthen the creative talents of young people in New Orleans. It says that the original Yayas demonstrated some of their creativity by taking old, thrown away, recycled chairs and using them to tell stories instead. So look at this one. It's got all these nods to Princess and the Frog. It's got her gumbo on the seat. The banyas is right here. You've got the lamppost that she swings on. You've got some sewing things from Eudora. You've got music. This is super, super cool. You can tell here in this land, as well as they're definitely doing this for the attraction as well, the Imagineers have really gone above and beyond as far as researching New Orleans and immersing themselves into the culture to make sure they're representing it correctly. I could just stare at the details all day in here. Like, look at these sweet drawings of baby Tiana. But maybe most importantly, please look at this necklace you can purchase. It's got a king cake baby on it. That is hilarious. Another cute little hidden Princess and the Frog detail. This window right here, if you look in it, there's Princess Tiana in frog form. Naveen's back there too. Taryn was just telling me this used to rotate, but it's not right now. But they're hiding in the cheese, which I find relatable. Overall, I also really enjoyed Tiana's Palace. The detail is beautiful in that restaurant. If you're a fan of Princess and the Frog, you need to come and enjoy Tiana's Palace. Now again, mobile order doesn't get you inside, so you're gonna have to come. I would come early. It's obviously opening day, so it's the most popular it's ever gonna be, but I predict this will have long lines for a while. But the detail in there is so beautiful, and the food was fantastic. I was surprised at how spicy and delicious the gumbo was. I loved that shrimp and grits. Like, truly, they've outdone themselves, and once again, both of these restaurants have proven that Disneyland food is far superior to most of Walt Disney World food, at least Magic Kingdom. And it makes me sad because I want to eat delicious gumbo all the time. But anyway, that is a wrap on our two newest restaurants and experiences in Disneyland. Let me know which one you're more excited about, seeing Fransokyo Square with Big Hero 6 or Tiana's Palace and Princess and the Frog down in the comments. We've got more Disneyland content coming for you in a few weeks when we come out to do some Halloween and Oogie Boogie Bash, so stay tuned for that. And until next time, friends, I'm Molly, and it has been so magical. Now go watch the Secrets of Disneyland video. Bye!